Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone just got done watching the horror show at Extreme Rules. We just got done watching ourselves. Kia putting the finishing touches on something special you're going to see later this week on Questions with the Queen, so be sure to take a peek at what we're going to be showing off a little bit later, but certainly it lived up to the horror part of the saying, to say the least. Opening up with what you expected, a great match between the tables match, Nakamura, Cesaro becoming the SmackDown Tag Champs, Kia getting that one right.
Yeah! Yeah!
Well, we all know what happens next. It means that, the New Day have to go win it back, so.
Yeah, we know.
That's how it usually ends up working. But either way, a good match, and Cesaro getting yet another tag team title reign in his under his belt. The little one joining us this evening. So we get that. Bayley successfully defending the SmackDown Women's title against Nikki Cross in a great match. A little bit of what would we say, shenanigans in the back,
Y'all know, if y'all have watched my video, Questions with the Queen, the last segment that I did was highlighting Nikki Cross. So, of course, I was pulling for her to win. She was doing well. It was a great back and forth. It's just, Bayley got the best of her. And it's just like, Bayley will not lose this title. So, I mean, I give her props, I give her respect, but to Nikki, you'll get her next time. I know you will.
Right. The new United States champion, I guess you can consider it self-proclaimed. I don't know if it's going to go down officially or not, but currently WWE declaring the forfeit official. So it does appear that MVP is the new United States champion. Now Apollo, of course, not, having any say-so in this, so, we'll see if it's something that ends up sticking. Speaking of false finishes, of course, some controversy to the Asuka and Sasha Banks Raw Championship match. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, I feel like this was a decent pay-per-view for what it was, but I felt like the whole MVP United States Championship, thinking he is the holder at this point, I thought it was bullshit, and I'm going to say it for what it is. The women's match, when it came to Sasha versus Asuka, I love the women. I do. I don't care if you're heel, you're face, you're good, you're bad. Women are everything in my opinion, and I was kind of concerned for Sasha. I was concerned for the whole neck and the knee and everything else, but
Yeah, I'm not so convinced the knee thing was on purpose. I'm not convinced that was storylined. I really do think she legitimately slipped because it does look like she was setting up for something. And, normally if you have somebody take an injury in storyline, usually it comes into play. But the knee never seemed to come into play, and she just needed a couple of seconds to make sure she was okay. So, but of course, the finish being with Asuka going for the green mist, hits the referee. Bayley ends up stealing the referee's shirt and counts the 3. WWE.com right now declaring it a false finish, a false count ending. So officially, as of this moment, Asuka is still the women's champion, but Sasha walking out the door with the title. Right now, we'll find out as we head towards SummerSlam who's officially the champion. Are they going to count that pin? I can't picture how that's going to happen, but we'll see.
But you have to understand, I feel like this match was also shenanigans. I felt like, don't get me wrong, Sasha slayed like she always does. I'm not going to hold that against her, but I feel like it could have gone the exact opposite way. But the fact is, Bayley decided to get in, affect the decision, and as you can see, Sasha and Bayley walked away with all the women's titles. So let's see how it turns out.
We'll see if that ends up holding or if they figure it out on Raw. Dolph Ziggler holding a very huge card, and a huge ace up his sleeve, putting the stipulation of Extreme Rules with only that in effect for him. Definitely putting Drew behind the 8 ball, which made that a far more competitive match than I thought it would be. I really didn't think this was going to be one that was going to be a good one, and yet it was one of the better ones of the night. Dolph using every advantage, but ultimately Drew still champion at the end of the night.
What we both had a stipulation. I said it was going to be a 3-on-1 with 3MB. And what was yours? You said Gauntlet, right?
I said Gauntlet. We ended up having someone go through our thing that said potentially Bobby Roode coming back, or Robert Roode coming back, that we haven't seen him in a while. But, a great play by Dolph made that into a very exciting match, definitely playing with the emotions of Dolph, or with Drew, but finding a way to get it through. And then, of course, the swamp fight at the end. Mind blown WWE theater studios. Well, whoever ran this thing once again, just
beautiful,
continuing to set the tone. Officially, WWE declares Bray Wyatt the winner of the match. We haven't added up the scores yet, so we're gonna go back and look and see who did what. But we'll post that here in a little bit. But Bray, Braun said earlier, I have to stop him. I can't let him become the Fiend. He's unstoppable if he does. And it looks like for all intents and purposes, Braun was unsuccessful, and now Bray has returned back to becoming the Fiend, which means the eyeball now is going, no pun intended, for where we're heading at the end, and that is probably going to be on Braun's Universal Championship. But the Fiend apparently back in WWE.
I'm not gonna even lie. That was some creepy ass, horrific, just like. That should have been literally a movie in itself. And I know if you watched tonight, we all saw who Sister Abigail was, or unless that was just a figment of Braun's.
I have a feeling that was smoke and mirrors, but I can't imagine they're going to have Alexa Bliss be Sister Abigail. But the idea of portraying previous storylines and previous thoughts that Braun and Alexa could in storyline end up together. So, and then of course we got to talk about the eye for an eye match.
Oh my God.
I said I wouldn't watch it. I probably missed the first half. I ended up having to work tonight, so I didn't catch in until right about the time of the Bayley match. So I had to be basically walked through what happened with Cesaro and the New Day and Shinsuke Nakamura. But the match was exactly as gruesome and as sickening as you thought it would be. I'm glad they did not literally pull out an eyeball and have Seth sitting there holding it at the end, but good God, that was sick.
But for those who watched, for those who were in attendance, at the beginning saw Seth literally pull out a pair of steel pliers out of his jacket. Like, that just came out of nowhere. I was in shock. And then if you looked at it all the way to the end, you saw Seth was disgusted. He really wasn't feeling this match. You saw he literally got sick and upheaved all over the place.
Well, I think the idea being that, and he said it before, and I think maybe it was more realistic than, leads on. He's like, I don't want to do this. But you have put me in a position where I have no choice but to do this. And I think even when everything was said and done, I still think even Seth was looking back and saying, I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I'd have the capability of doing it. But this brings Seth Rollins' heel status to a level that, is only been matched by a handful of people throughout the history of the business.
I mean, we've already seen him come unhinged. It was kind of good to see it again tonight, but to Ray, I hope you get better. I hope you feel well, and, we're here in the Knoll House. We're praying for you, so yeah.
But, hey, as I said, the horror show definitely lived up to the hype, lived up to the name. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Kia set up something very special for you guys tonight for Questions with the Queen, premiering this for the first time on Thursday this week. So we'll be doing things just slightly different. The exact time, don't know it yet, but there is going to be something coming out on Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. But for everyone that enjoyed the show, we sure did. And a perfect lead up, the official announcement tonight, SummerSlam, August 23rd will be the next time we're on pay-per-view, and of course, one of the big four, usually the second biggest one of the year behind WrestleMania. So we'll see what storylines are going to head out. But you guys have a good night from On the Ring Apron. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for anyone that joined our reaction video here. And we'll catch you guys later this week. We got some good content coming out. So thank you very much. Have a good one.
Bye.